Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's B. Avery here for another episode of Just My Opinion. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. And with this episode right here, we are talking Power, Book 2, Ghost, Season 1, Episode 5, titled The Gift of the Magi, which is the mid-season finale for this show. And I'll go ahead and say this episode right here, for it to be a mid-season finale, I mean, it wasn't horrible. I'm not going to say anything like that, but, you know, it wasn't anything groundbreaking or like any cliffhangers like, oh my God, I cannot wait for them to get back with the second half because so-and-so and so did this. This person punched this person in the face, whatever. It was like nothing like that. But, I mean, it was still good. It was still entertaining. I'm still into the show. I just wasn't, as... You know, I just didn't enjoy it as much as the last episode getting in, aka The Prince, as much as this one, but it was still good. But, you know, the episode starts off and it's very sad. You know, we know that Tasha's in jail right now, but it's Tariq's birthday and Tasha is dreaming. She's imagining a scene where she's at home with her family. Tariq is at the table. Ghost is not there, of course. But then Raina comes and knocks on the door, and I'm just like, oh man, I did not expect that at all. Raina, I mean, I have to be honest with you. Raina is not a character that I was just like in love with, and I can't even say that, you know, when she passed, that I was just like, oh my God. I mean, I was shocked. I didn't think that was going to happen. I don't think anybody did, you know, but at the same time, I can't necessarily say that she's like a character I miss. I hope that doesn't sound just too insensitive. But when I did see her in this scene right here, it was very touching. I did feel sorry for Tasha and the whole family because, I mean, even though she didn't make the best decisions, in my opinion, I know she's a child, or she was a child, you know, I can't just sit here and say that, you know, I was moved by her other than her popping up right now. But, you know, I did feel sorry for Tasha. And, you know, that's just unfortunate. But, you know, when Tasha wakes up from the dream, she realizes, oh, crap, this is just a dream. She calls Tariq on the phone as he's walking through campus. Oh, hey, baby, how you doing? Happy birthday. You know, I want to see you. And, you know, as he's talking to his mom, you know, we see Kane pulling up on campus or whatever with his trunk thumping. And I'm just like, oh, what's going on here? Is there a problem? And, you know, Tariq proceeds to get into the car with him. And then they go back to Monet's house or whatever. And so this is just like, you know, I mean, again, Monet's character, the acting is just not great by Mary J. Blige, but at the same time, I do like the character. And just some of y'all are like really sensitive in the comments. I've noticed that every time I speak about her acting, you're like, well, she's a Grammy, this and da. I'm just like, you know, okay, but she's not all that in this show right here. But basically, you know, Monique is putting her foot down. She's really trying to fill out Tariq. And that's just one of the reasons why I really do like her character. I mean, they have this tight, close-knit family, you know, as far as moving this weight or whatever, and they don't want anything to slip through the cracks. So if Tariq is their supplier, you know, they don't want to be put in a bad position, be compromised by his mistakes. So she's really trying to get a feel for like who he is, his character, you know, what motivates him, what moves him, etc., just to make sure that, you know, he stays in line. That's why she pulls out the drawing that Drew drew while he was in class with Tariq of Everett. And she's like, hey, you know, what's going on with this right here? And, you know, she kind of finds out that, you know, hey, Tariq, you know, does have some type of loyalty, you know, to the family or to Drew at least. And that's just something that, you know, she can't help but respect. Now, the next scene right here is funny because we got our weasel sacks going around groveling, begging Tamika, like, you know, hey, can you know, just do this for me, you know, because he's effed himself, okay, because, you know, we got this subpoena going on. He does not want Tamika to go on the stand because he feels that, you know, she's going to expose him, rightfully so. And so basically she's like, you know, get to step in, F you Sacks, get out of my house, get off my porch. And I'm like, yes, this is just another reason why I'm really, really feeling Tamika. But this is interesting right here that, like, I don't know. I mean, hey, everybody lives a different lifestyle or whatever. And, you know, we have these Tejadas right here. And, you know, Ramirez is the cop, I don't know if I want to just necessarily call him crooked, but I don't know. I'll save that label for later on. You know, but, you know, he's knocking down Monet's character and he just pulling up to the crib in the middle of the day. Like, what's going on? And I like to sit down that Monet had with D, just, you know, trying to show her like, hey, this is a man's world. You got to use what you got. any woman can offer a man the P word and all this, but if that's all you have to offer, then you need to step your game up, basically. And she's just really trying to school her daughter on just a way to come up in life and just use our assets to all of her advantage. But what was disturbing to me is like Monet was saying, hey, you know how I got the Detective Ramirez on lock. She's like, Mom, that's just because you're sleeping with the mother effer or the nigga or something, she said. I'm just like, man, I guess it's just no secret that Monet is sleeping with the cop or whatever, besides on top of Lorenzo that is in jail. And I don't know. I don't think those words can't come out of my mouth to my parents or my mother. They're just a completely different lifestyle. But I don't know. That just really stood out to me. Just like, oh, yeah, I know you effing him or whatever. And I'm just like, wow, y'all, she just said it like it was nothing. Just, oh, yeah, I don't know. That just really, I don't know. That just really stood out to me. Please let me know how y'all feel about that exchange of dialogue in the comment section below. But Ramirez pops up to the door, and Monique just shuts that down. Just like, look, all you doing is coming over here unannounced with hard dick and something else she said. And I was just like, yeah, hey, why you got to be like that? I just want to see you, come on, open the door so we can talk about it. She's like, she said, like, you seeing me now. And, his feelings were hurt. And so, he got the boot, he got the disc. And, as he was leaving, that's when Tariq and Kane popped up. And rightfully so. Kane is very upset right now. Like, why is this dude outside pulling up where everybody can see? That doesn't make sense. Tariq said the same thing in the car, but he's raising his voice a bit too much. You need to talk to your mom that way. Like, F that. Why is this motherfucker? I'm just like, bro, like, what are you doing? Monique tried to shut that down, but I'm just like, bro, that's just, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. He should have got punched in the chest. The punch in the chest has transitioned over from Tariq to Kane, because I always wanted Tariq to be punched in the chest the whole first show, because, he was an ass. But Tariq is coming around, but Kane is out of pocket right now for, raising his voice at Monique. And some of y'all was like, well, it doesn't matter because she's a horrible mother. She's a horrible parent, Hey, maybe so. I really can't judge too much. I'm not a parent myself, but I think you get the idea. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. But it looks like the character Riley, which is the niece of Sax, aka Uncle Nancy, is going to be around for some time. And, I'm not in love with her character too. I mean, she's related to Sax, but, she's young and, she's not trying to get, told on to her mom by Sax for having the weed. And she's like, I am a woman and I can sleep with whoever I want. And she was like, I'll try monogamy, but I think she said she was like polyamory. And, Sax probably was so just like, oh God, I don't want to know about your sex life and all this stuff. And it's funny every time I mean, even though I don't like Sax, I do laugh at his character, as most of you do, every time he gets upset, like, oh my gosh, like, why did you do that? You crazy. He's always doing that or something like that, like his neck is broken. But he's like, yeah, I've been sleeping in Tariq's room. And he's like, WTF, what are you doing? It's like, oh no, I'm not sleeping with Tariq, I'm sleeping with Braden. And that's kind of like, where they have their exchange there. But, she's doing her job, I guess, trying to be this secret agent, trying to, get some answers on Tariq or whatever. I guess she's doing a good job, but, I wouldn't want to hear about my niece's sex life either. Now, next we have Tariq. He is late to class, trying to drop off this 15-minute paper. I remember I was in school and the teacher did that to me once. Like, the homework assignment is due at the first 30 seconds of class. Okay, I got you. But, it happens. You got to be on time. And damn. He was, I don't know how late he was. They didn't have a time clock up on the screen. But, for a 15-page paper to be turned into a 25-page paper, I'm just like, man. But how do y'all feel about Jabari? Do y'all feel like he is being too hard on Tariq? And do you think that Tariq was out of line with the comments like, be my professor, I already got a dad, and, da-da-da-da-da. Tariq does have the advantage that, his father was killed by him. Nobody else knows that. And his mom is in jail. But, with Jabari just talking about Tariq, why is it cool for people in our culture to be late and on time and stuff like this? We got to set an example, yada, yada. How do y'all feel about that? Because while I do understand and appreciate what he's trying to say, I don't know. I don't know. It could be pride or something, but mine or Tariq's or both. But just the way that Tariq handled it, he kind of exploded and just kind of like went off. I don't know. How do y'all feel about that? Later on we see that they made up or whatever, but that was just another kind of interesting exchange to me, between the characters. And I forget how we get here, but the next scene right here is kind of what I was talking about earlier, where Drew and Tariq were at the bar, and Drew was just kind of just like, hey man, my mom is trying to feel you out. She's trying to test you and see where your loyalty lies. She sees you as one of us now. So, he said that, which could be a good thing or a curse. And he was just like, watch out for yourself. Okay. As Tariq already knows, it's real in the streets. So he was just like, okay, just look out for yourself. I think that Tariq has a good handle on it. I don't think that, Monique is out to take him out or whatever. I mean, as we find out later on in the episode, I think she's very trusting of him. Kane doesn't trust him at all. And I completely understand that, coming from where he's coming from. But that's just with his mindset, his total mental capacity. He's not the smartest in the book, but I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But I just kind of found it interesting that Drew was because I'm like, hey, watch out for yourself. And initially, how y'all know, I was saying that I really didn't care for Braden's character that much. He is coming around more and more for me each episode. I mean, last episode, he handled himself physically in the fight and, all that. Now I like the way he's stepping up to Tariq. We'll talk about that later on in this recap, from later on in the episode. But, Riley's asking him 15,000 questions about Tariq one day at the corner store. And that's where Zeke comes in. But, we do have Riley asking all these questions. And this is kind of like where the clash between Braden and Riley is starting to brew up. As we see later on, it kind of blows up in her face. But I do like the way that Braden is just like, hey, Tariq just kind of disappears, and she's like, oh, and he's like, look, whatever he's doing privately, I respect that. He has a lot on his plate. He's still responsible. He does what he has to do, but whatever his business is his business, and I want to give him his boundaries. And Riley dumbass, well, like, you should respect his boundaries and cancel the party. And he's like, you're really a buzzkill right now. And I was just like, yeah, shut up. You know what I'm saying? You really are a buzzkill, and so, I don't know. I just like the way he handled that as well. And so then, next thing we have Jabari, and he's at some type of cafe with some brother, clean suit. I really did like the suit. It was nice. It was fresh. It was clean, all that good stuff. But I don't know, man. I mean, he seems cool, but at the same time, I don't know if that's his actual brother or they're just friends, colleagues from back in the day. But basically, it's like, hey, look, man, I've come back up in the world. I get to represent white writers now. And if your stuff is not as good anymore, then, you're going to get the boot. And I was just like, damn, I mean, his first book was crazy good. His second book, not so much. And then you like talking to him this way. It's just like, I mean, there's nothing, you can't get mad at somebody for like being honest with you, especially if you call a meeting. But, I mean, he was like looking down on him. You know what I'm saying? Just like, I'm over you now. I'm better than you. I'm just like, whoa, that's just whack. Like, I can't, I mean, your suit's so nice, bro, but your character, your integrity is crap. This toilet bowl session. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But I'm pretty sure we're going to see more of this character. I forgot. I think his name is Brandon, too. Hey, shout out for the Brandons. But this is where Tariq pops up, and he's like, yes, accountability, something, responsibility. I can't remember exactly what he says, but it was funny. He's just like, Tariq just completely changed his tone. Hey, can I speak with you? Your TA, Melissa, said that you'll be here. And it's like, here's that 25-page paper. And Jabari didn't want to hear nothing he had to say at first. Just like, just rolling his eyes and kind of scoffing and whatever. But I don't know. This relationship between Jabari and Tariq is a rocky one. It's a roller coaster. It goes up and down. I like it for the most part. I hope something can come from it. I know that, Tariq, called him out earlier, talking about don't be trying to be my daddy, but at the same time, Tariq does need some time. I mean, he's still young. He's only 18 years old. You're still developing at that age. As we all know, everybody was stupid and retarded when they was 18 for the most part, some more than others. But Tariq still does need some type of some role model, in my opinion, that's just going to make sure that he stays straight on the path to where, he needs to go. But I think right after this is where, or a point in time around this is where Saxe is meeting with Tariq in the car, talking about the subpoena, and Saxe admits that he's like, hey, I told Tamika that I saw I was at the club the night of the murder, and Tariq is like, that's your dumbass fault. And they're talking about the subpoena, and he's like, and also he gets on the phone with his mom, and they're just like, we need to stop Tamika from going over, from testifying. So Tariq gets his little gun, his little 6-shooter, and he proceeds to go over to Tamika's house unannounced. And I'm just like, okay, what the hell? Are you going to shoot Tamika? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? This is not smart. And like, bro, like, it's like you ask for water, and then she goes and gets the water, and then you don't want the water. And I was just like, what are you? Please don't make him just do something idiotic and crazy. But then this is when McLean just pops up or whatever. And I like Davis. I like McLean. I like Davis McLean. He's funny to me. He's like, she's like, a bad time, Davis, or the bad time, McLean. He's like, aren't you my client? Aren't you a witness in the morning? And da-da-da-da. We don't have no time. Let me in. It's Saxe. Are you here, Saxe? What are you guys up to? Saxe. Okay, I guess nobody else is here. I don't know. That was funny to me. I was laughing. It's not like, Saxe is going to just pop out. Hey, here I am. You got me. Ha ha. But it's not like he could just go around and searching from the house or whatever too. But this is where Tariq, I'm sorry, McLean is trying to find out what's going on. And Timmy is like, Davis, sit down. We got to talk. He's like, oh shit, And then the camera cuts to showing Tariq outside with him receiving the text message from Braden, like, hey, 911 at the Capitol House, come through. But of course, it's the surprise party that he is throwing for Tariq or whatever. He coming to everybody like, surprise, and Tariq like, what the hell? He gets up in there, and Braden's brother is drunk as hell, spills the drink on Tariq. Tariq is mad. I mean, that sucks. You got drink on you. You know what I'm saying? He's like, man, get your boy. He can't handle his alcohol. If he does it again, he gonna kiss his hands. I was like, okay. We saw the Braden fight, but have we seen Tariq fight? I can't remember because I binged most of the first show of Power, and so when you binge things, you don't remember it as much as like kind of like a week by week thing. But this is where things are just hilarious to me on a number of ways, on a number of fronts. Okay, first of all, we got Riley, dumbass, asking Tariq 50,000 questions, bugging the hell out of Braden, being obsessed with him. And he's like, enough is enough. I hope I'm not mixing my scenes up, but enough is enough. Well, enough answers with Tariq or something. And he's like, go, fill me a drink, shit. Or, something he said. I was like, and Riley couldn't do nothing but, I'm saying, like, damn, I am pressing just a little bit too much. But this is where Zeke pops up, and then Diana pops up, D pops up, and she's cock blocking, as Zeke says, or whatever. And I don't know, Tariq, D is really trying to use the tactics, the strategy that, Monet gave her, but we see it's not working. Tariq calls her out and they're like, hey, are you here to spy on me? Did Monet see you? It's like, no, I'm here because it's your birthday. Why didn't you say anything? I would have got you a gift. Oh, I'm not really big on birthdays. Oh, what type of nigga don't really celebrate his birthdays? But anyway, to each his own, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, so Tariq, are you going to offer me a drink? He's like, shit, help yourself. I was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? So he is dodging all her moves like Neo in the Matrix. You know what I'm saying? But he just like a pie in the face. I'm just like, wow, okay. But that's just, in this situation, just kind of makes her want him more. Makes her want him more. And she's like, fine, I can fix my own drink, but please keep me company because, Zeke's thirsty, blah, blah, blah. Y'all seen the show. Oh, yeah, I seen the episode or whatever. But, that's kind of crazy right there. And so I think right here is where Braden sees, what's his name? Lauren pop up. And he's like, oh, crap. So he tried to go over there and be like, hey, Lauren's coming. And I don't know, with me, if there is this is always kind of just being a rule with myself. I guess it's different for women. I don't know. It just may be case by case. But when I'm out and about, and if I see somebody that I am interested in, even in the slightest, or if I'm not interested in, I just know them, but I see them talking to somebody else. I am not going to go over there and be like, hey, what's going on? Who's your friend? Kind of like how Lauren did. I'm just not going to do that. It creates an awkward situation. You know, you can really make a fool of yourself in situations like that. But, you know, Lauren, I mean, I don't know. Maybe Lauren didn't see Deanna just standing right there with Tariq, and she just walks up like, who is your friend? And I'm just like, damn, y'all just, just okay. And he's like, oh, this is Deanna, and they introduce each other. And, I like the way that Tariq handled it. He handled it well. He wasn't nervous. He didn't panic. But, Tariq decided to go with Lauren or whatever, like, hey, can I tell you a secret? And, they proceed to go upstairs. And, that was just kind of, D gets the feelings hurt. Also, we see that Drew is at the party too, because I think he showed up with Zeke. And then Everett shows up or whatever. He's like, hey. Yeah, it was like, what's up, bro? You know what I'm saying? He went from real soft to hard because it was funny. I mean, just because you're gay doesn't necessarily mean that you're soft, but everything that with Everett was so soft to me, like, hey, you got a partner? You need a partner? You look at my tattoo and, all this stuff. But now he's like, what's up, bro? I'm just like, and Drew got his feelings hurt, man. He's sprinting out of there, man, like he in the first grade or something like that. And I don't know. I'm like, you are a little bit too emotional. Now, at the same time, I'm like, how do these people right here? Because, I don't think I think we've all been dissed before in some form, shape, or capacity, but I ain't never reacted like that. And I was kind of like, bro, what you tripping on? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I don't know why he was shocked. I don't know what he was expecting. Like, you expect you to get a big hug and a kiss? And I mean, being gay is taboo, and like a lot of people are embarrassed or look down upon that. But even if it was a heterosexual relationship, just because you kind of hooked up with somebody one time in a brief spur of the moment type of setting, doesn't mean that you can just run to this person in public at a party and start showing public displays of affection. Doesn't make any sense to me. So for you to react that way, I don't know. Maybe I'm looking at it the wrong way. It was funny, but what do y'all think about that? Let me know again down in the comment section below. Now, I believe here we kind of skip away from the party, and Jabari is in the office plagiarizing Tariq's work. What's going on, brother? You talking about this and that in the black community, and we got to set examples, and you copying off an 18-year-old, bro? Professor? What's going on, man? I'm not feeling that, man. I'm not feeling that. But Professor Carrie Milgram. I always want to say Milgram. Professor Carrie Milgram comes in the office looking all fine. I love the natural hair. I mean, I don't think all of that is her hair, but I love the look. Don't shoot me in the comments. I'm not a hair expert, but it looks good. But at the same time, she comes in there. He tries to woo her. She's not feeling him or whatever. I don't know. I was finna spoil it, but I'll get to what pissed me off. Y'all know what I'm finna get to. Y'all know what I'm about to get to. But yeah, she leaves and like she was like, "Hey, write Carrie, why is it so hard? How did it become so hard to write or whatever? Write what's in front of you. You're in front of me, but you can't write about me. Be real and all this." And she gets out of there and somebody, you pulling me in, all this crap. But we go back to the party. Tariq and Lauren are upstairs. Drew is acting like a simp. He is really acting like a weak individual. Well, if the feeling is mutual, what? I'm sorry, man. That's just a bit too much for me, man. But if the feeling is mutual and we love each other, well, he didn't say all of that. But he's like, bro, it's different for me. I'm trying to play basketball, yada, yada, yada. D comes over there knocking on the window, and he gets all scared, and he's like, yeah, man, everybody knows I'm gay and all this. And he, Everett, or Evie, or whatever, Ev, or something he would call his name. I'm laughing. I'm just like, what is going on, man? Like, hey, it's not going to work. It's just not going to work. Drew is out the closet. Everett is not. He's afraid to be gay or afraid to reveal himself. But it is what it is. But the next scene is where we have Milgram at some type of bar or restaurant, and then that's where Zeke pops up, and he's opening up and just kind of just saying, hey, I was at a frat party. I'm not really feeling it right now. I'm just a lick. This is an opportunity. Y'all seen the episode or whatever. And I'm just thinking that it was just going to end there or whatever. But But I'm like, Milgram, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? I mean, my goodness gracious, what does it take? This whole sex addict thing with me, it's just weird coming from your character. You end up sleeping with Zeke. Like, damn, man, you can call me a hater if you want to. I don't care, man. Like, that, why couldn't you, like, even if you want to have sex with the whole town, at least let them be your age. I mean, like, and it's not, I mean, it's not even like Zeke put down some play ass game or something. I mean, like, if I can, respect his level of seduction or whatever, like, I'm just like, man, he just showed up. And we're just like, yeah, I just came from a frat party. It was whack, Nobody likes me for who I really am. Oh, here's my titties. It's like, I mean, I'm disappointed. I am so disappointed with her smashing Zeke. I mean, I just knew he hit it. He had no chance whatsoever, no chance in hell to get those draws. But he got the draws. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got the draws. I can't be mad that he got them, but I am mad that he got them. But I mean, I'm not mad at him. I'm mad at her. I'm just like, really? I don't know. That really that made me really lose respect for her character. I mean, it's just the age thing. You know what I'm saying? I wanted her to be with Jabari. I'm not trying to shame her for smashing, just in general. But this young dude right here, I don't know. It's just not. I'm not really feeling that right there. What do y'all think? But going back to the party, we see that Lauren and Tariq are in the room. They're talking about exchanging secrets. And Lauren is pretty. I like her. She kisses Tariq, and they kissing him. Deanna and Lauren, they kissing him. And I like the fact that she was like, yeah, I don't want it to be this way. Never mind. I was going to say something, but she's like, I don't want it to be this way. And he's like, nah. And he proceeds to pass out. Now, I was a little bit bothered that the way he passed out, because I don't know, to me, he clearly wasn't passing out because he was drunk on alcohol. It was something else, but I guess she didn't put two and two together. She just kind of left him there. And I'm just like, okay, damn, like, I don't know. It'd be different if she left him there, like, and the whole house was empty or something, but, he's just vulnerable, but what's his name? Riley's playing, who is Carmen Sandiego, Inspector Gadget, and going in there and, trying to ping his phone and get his location. And, she succeeded in her mission. I can't get mad. She's very good at being a secret agent spy. Has a confrontation with Braden's brother right afterwards. And, she proceeds to let Sax know. But anyway, what's his name? Tariq eventually wakes up, goes outside. I don't know why in the hell. What Deanna's feelings are obviously hurt right now. She's just out there like a sick, wet puppy dog. Like, And Tariq goes out there, and he's kind of mean to her. He completely shits on her as not Monet, but D says later to Monet, why did she take his gun? I don't understand the point of that. Like, I was just like, what are you doing? Why would I don't get it. I don't get why she would take the gun. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Maybe y'all can help me down in the comment section below on like why that was important or why she felt the need to do that. But I thought that was retarded. As Monet did later on, because when Dee presents the gun to Monet, she has like a towel or a cloth and be like, what the hell? This was stupid. And where does he think that he's going to go looking for when he realizes it's gone? I don't think he's going to be able to pin that on her. But it was just a stupid decision for me, for her to do that. So y'all can help me out in the comment section below on like why she would do that. Oh, but before that though, as Tariq is coming downstairs, he bumps head with Braden, and Braden is like, dude, show me some respect. I like Braden because of that. And unfortunately, Tariq goes to the cemetery. He's talking to the grave of his sister Raina and Ghost, his father, and Sax is over there recording him. I'm like, oh man, is this how y'all found out or whatever? And that really sucks right there. I was pretty hurt by it that he was able to record Tariq like that. It really I don't know. It just seemed too easy for that reveal to come out. I mean, I knew it was probably going to come out eventually, but I'm just like, damn, this is just like random, So you really gotta just watch all of your surroundings, because Tariq took that drink with the drugs in it, and look what happened. It exposed him. But when Tariq wakes up, I like the fact that, again, that Braden is checking Tariq like, look, bro, you treat me like crap, not like we're boys, etc., etc., etc. I like the whole exchange. This is really making me like Braden's character that much more. I couldn't stand him earlier, but now he is really becoming a character that I like, and I don't fully trust him all the way. We don't know how he would act if he's compromised, if he's put into a position like, tell me everything you know, I'm gonna blow your effing head off. You'll never take me, like, how is he gonna react or whatever. But I really like the way he did. Braden is handling himself. He seems like a stand-up guy, but we're just gonna have to see. And Tariq ends up going back to the Monet's house, and she's kind of really accepted him in. He gets the burner gun from Kane, and I don't know if I really want that gun myself, but with everything that this dude went around and did, but that is what it is right there. But we're coming up to the end of the episode right now. I don't understand either why Braden's brother would go in and steal all the drugs. I don't know how he knew that was there in the first place. Hopefully they will explain all that. I'm sure they will, but that is just dumb, idiotic, moronic. Like, why would you do that? What makes you think that you're going to get away with that? You're not. But the last scene right here kind of disturbed me. It's between McLean and Saxe. And, they're both kind of revealing what... Oh, real quick, back to Braden and Tariq. I like the whole chessboard scenario where he's explaining the Tejada family, like, okay, Lorenzo's the king, Monet is the queen, Kane is the bishop, Drew is the horse, Diana is the bishop. If you can't talk, it's something that they're asking questions, knock off of this piece. If it's emergency, knock over the whole board. He's like, yeah, we got our own code language. I like that. But going back to Saxe and McLean, like this deal that they're making between each other to get Tasha out of jail and Tariq in jail, I don't know if McLean is doing that to screw over Saxe or McLean is just a shady guy as well. They're just trying to get paid. And, he's saying to himself, like, I don't care about Tariq. He's not my client, which is true. And I want McLean to look after Tariq because, like, a brother to brother, but, Saxe is pulling, they're pulling it in the name of justice. McLean is just trying to get into the win column. So I hope that McLean, has some shreds of integrity that we'll see later on in the season. I hope that he just kind of playing Tariq right now. Not Tariq, playing Saxe right now. But because I really want to like McLean. But, he couldn't end up being shady. We'll just have to see. We're just going to have to see. But guys, that is just my opinion for the season finale, episode 5, Power Book 2 Ghost, season 1, episode 5. What did you think about this episode? What do you think about the season so far? Do you like it as much as the original show? Is it better? Is it the same? Is it lacking? Who's your favorite character? Who's your least favorite character? What's your most favorite part of the show, like I said, so far, or this episode? Please let me know down below in the comment section. Let's get this conversation going and keep it flowing. If you like this video, please go ahead and give me the thumbs up. Also, please subscribe to the channel. Please help me reach 30,000 subscribers, and I can only do that with your help. And look me up on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all that good stuff. It's right there at the bottom of the screen, and I also have links down in the pinned comments and description box. But guys, again, I just want to thank you so much for tuning in, and before you go, don't forget to always chase your dreams, because I'm chasing mine. My name is Brandon Keith Avery, and that's just my opinion. Peace.